magical star beings, this is Psychic Siren Tarot and welcome to the channel. In today's reading we're going to be taking a look at what people say after seeing you. So this is when you see a person and then you go home and then the group of them are talking. We want to know the tea on what they're saying. Okay, so what I want to say before we start as a disclaimer, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. But also please note what people say about you doesn't really determine your character, because these could even be literal strangers saying these things. So take everything said with a grain of salt and really discern if it's true or not to your character. So now let me show you all your piles. So for pile number 1, we have rose quartz. And we have the card Union. For pile number 2, we have Pyrite. And we have the 9 of water. And for pile number 3, we have green Aventurine. And we have the Queen of Earth. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most. But if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the card Union from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people say after seeing you. So when you see a group of people and you go home, we always want to know the tea on what they say. So this is the reading for that. Please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And please also note what people say doesn't necessarily determine your character. Really discern when you're listening to the messages to see if something's true or not, because this can also be from strangers. So let's get started. I feel here from your energy. Since you chose the rose quartz heart, I feel like people often talk about you having a really good heart. People often talk about you being incredibly sweet and loving, especially your friends. I feel the energy of friends here being very loyal and protective with the wolf here on this card. You may even have loyalty from certain strangers, certain acquaintances, when others talk about you when you're not around, okay? I won't say everyone, but a lot of people do respect you, my pal number 1s, when you leave the room. And most of them do have a lot of good things to say about you. Most of them do really like you and enjoy your presence, and that's what they say after seeing you. They really feel like you're just so sweet, so caring. A lot of people may even say that they have a crush on you since you chose the heart and Union, that they are, I want to say quote unquote in love with you. That's what I'm hearing, but I don't know if a stranger could be in love with you. Maybe this is like your person's energy if you're in a relationship. And if you're in a relationship, the card here is about union. So if you are in a romantic connection, people may talk about your romantic connection and how much you could potentially love each other. If you're not in a relationship, people could just say that they crush on you a lot after you leave the room, where you have this kind of romantic essence around you, I feel from your energy, that just has this very magnetic effect on people where people start crushing on you. I feel like people often talk about you being quite beautiful or conventionally attractive in a way, regardless of your gender. And people often saying that you're photogenic, because I'm seeing someone show pictures of you like, oh, this is their Instagram, this is their social media, something like that's coming through. And people often saying they like your fashion style. They think that you're very glamorous, but also I'm hearing the word ethereal, okay? So let's go ahead and tap into your energies. Let's get your oracle cards first. So although you are sweet, I'm feeling the energies of setting boundaries, of speaking your truth. I think that's something you're learning to do, because I feel energetically like you releasing a throat chakra blockage, you learning to speak your truth more. So people may often talk about you being a very, authentic yet caring person, but then at the same time, you're not one to mess with. I think that may recently show up in your reputation. So we have Herkimer Diamond with Earth Star Chakra and Alignment card 29. So this is from the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. So black tourmaline wants to pop out here. So I feel like you are very protected when it comes to your energy. So if people do talk smack about you, they literally get their karma, because black tourmaline is a crystal of protection. So that's very interesting to see, and I'm very happy to hear that from your spirit guides. So spirit guides on my pile number 1, what people say after seeing them. So we have Wings of Light with Becoming Something New, card 42, which is so interesting because there's a butterfly on this card. So butterflies are transformation symbols. Okay, now we're going to use the Chrysalis Tarot as like something for the slide here. Spirit Guides of Pile 1. Spirit Guides of Pile 1. What do people say after seeing them? So we have the Ace of Spirals, which is the Ace of Wands. And we have the Three of Scrolls in the reverse, which is the Three of Swords in the reverse. So now we're going to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot from the card you chose. So I'm hearing a ringing in my right ear. I feel like if you're quite intuitive, you could sometimes pick up when people talk about you. Maybe some of you can have the gift of clairaudience where you can hear spirit. We have the Three of Air, which is the Three of Swords again, but this time upright. Very cool that the same card has come out twice. So we have Destiny. What people say after seeing pile 1. We have the Four of Water. I almost want to laugh at that. We have the Five of Water. This card has trouble coming out, so this is hidden energies. We have Heaven and Earth. This is something you don't know that people say. And this is probably something you already know. We have the Seven of Water, which is the Seven of Cups. And we have the Six of Air, which is the Six of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Water. And if I need more cards, I'll go ahead and pull some more. Elaborating more on what I said about people crushing on you. So I see often what happens, like let's say you go to a place and let's say your friends are there, but other people are there as well. And then you go home or something like that. And then like another person is saying to your friends, oh, like I have a crush on pile number 1. They're so unique. They're so gorgeous. I'm hearing they're so handsome. People often talk about your looks, especially those that crush on you or have interest in you. And they will say that you're very sexy too with the Ace of Wands. And with this fox on the Three of Scrolls, the Three of Swords, there is this very foxy look you have that people talk about. So people may talk about certain attractions they have towards you. And if it's not in a romantic sense, of course, people could also talk about you just being quite attractive in general. I feel often people say things like about your relationship, if you are in a relationship, and they talk about the loyalty you have together, that they can see this person is a very loyal person, and that they can see this person is very good for you in a way where they are showing you a lot of love. So that's something people pick up on immediately and talk about a lot. I feel like your relationship, if you are in one, may be the center of attention in a lot of people's tea about you, because I feel like you almost just show people what a healthy relationship looks like. Because I feel a lot of you have been heartbroken in the past, and you've been healing from heartbreak. And even if you're not in a romantic relationship, I do see this where you've been healing from a lot of your heartbreak. You've been learning the wisdom and learning certain lessons from your heartbreak, understanding it, understanding the healing. And over here, we see these kind of wisdom codes, light codes. So I definitely feel like this was a catalyst to some kind of transformation you went through. And that even shows here with the Wings of Light becoming something new card. So people often talk about you after seeing you, in the sense of saying you've gone through some kind of huge transformation. I'm hearing breakup, glow up, or it's almost like the pain you went through caused a glow up within you as you healed yourself, as you really processed a lot of these disappointments, hurts, and pains. It's like you started to take care of yourself and started to really heal yourself internally, and that started reflecting externally, where you started looking a lot happier with the Ace of Wands. Where I feel this is a lot of people that know you speak about this, that know your life, that know what you've been through, speak about things like this after seeing you and how much you've changed as a person. And I feel a lot of people being quite inspired by this. It's like you almost show people that it's okay to admit we have pain, that it's okay to admit, where we've gone through hardships, but how we learn from that and how we grow from that. So I do feel like you are inspiring a change in people as well, where they even feel a little bit more comfortable with their own emotions and admitting where they have been hurt and being a little bit more vulnerable and open with that. So I think you definitely inspire a lot of people there, and that's what people say after seeing you. Um, with that, for those of you that are in romantic relationships, I'm seeing it's like people say, whoa, like, could you look at pile number one a year ago or 2 years ago or however long ago they were going through this, maybe going through toxic connections, maybe just getting hurt. But now they're in such a healthy relationship. So I feel people talking about that if you are in a healthy relationship now, for some of you, or a lot of you, because this is the card you chose. For others of you, if you're not in a romantic relationship, I see this energy of people talking about how you've healed your perception of love and how anyone would be lucky to have you. Like I said, a lot of people do crush on you because you have this romantic aura around you, this very Venusian energy, which is why a lot of people comment on your beauty and your looks, because I feel you just radiate a lot of beauty as a pile. A lot of you just give off that vibe and aura. So people are naturally drawn to you in that sense. And that's what a lot of people do talk about. That's a main theme here and emphasis here. Another aspect I see to what people say after seeing you is that now that you've gone on a journey of healing yourself, and I feel you've gone on a journey of self-love here with the Four of Water. Though what I will say, and I don't mean to play devil's advocate, but I'm seeing it here, so I'm just going to say it. Like I said, you are protected, so those that talk about you in this way do get their karma. And do get like a kind of wake up call from the universe. So I'm seeing certain people that are jealous of you try to say something like, oh, pile number one, they think they're all that. Like, I'm getting that with this card because he's looking in the mirror. So some may like look at you and think you're just so attractive that they almost want to downplay that attractiveness because they're insecure on the inside. I feel that energy in my solar plexus. and my sacral chakra of whoever is saying this being so insecure. And it's like, because they're so insecure and you're confident within yourself and you're gaining more self-love and more self-awareness, and because you're growing, it's like they feel intimidated by you. And I feel, since you have a lot of loyalty and a lot of people that do respect you, when people do comment things like that, I feel you often have a lot of people come to your defense when you're not around. So that's good to see in your pile. I feel like a lot of different topics come to mind when people talk about you after seeing you with the Seven of Cups. I definitely feel like people have a lot to say and a lot to talk about you, in a sense, because I'm hearing from your spirit guides in an almost jokey way, like, you're the entertainment. I'm seeing MTV interviews, right? And like, let's say a celebrity walks on and someone is interviewing them and giving them the mic, and then they're like, you're the entertainment. Like, I'm seeing your spirit guides almost do that to you. So it's like people find you very entertaining to talk about in some way. There's many different aspects of your life, and they talk about. That's what I definitely feel from the Seven of Cups. So I keep feeling the need to drink water during your pile. So you may have people say about you after seeing you that you drink a lot of water, that you look like you are very hydrated in some way, like your skin. Yeah, I feel like people often talk about you in your physical appearance, even with the mirror here, and the way that you look to the world. And for my men, you could be very nicely built physically. For my woman too, I mean, we see her having this kind of like hourglass shape. So there is definitely a lot of sexiness to this pile. And I'm hearing it in like Kanye West's voice, like that sexiness where he's saying I'm sexy. So, you know how they always joke that Kanye West loves himself a lot. So I feel like that self-love energy keeps popping up. Like, people talk about you being this way, but you do know it. So that's what people say. Like, you do know that you are confident in yourself, and you very much seem that way whenever you go to places. You seem very confident in yourself. I hear that you seem very self-spoken. You're someone that sees things in a much higher perspective, is what people say about you. And I feel people often commenting that you're someone that's a very loyal friend, and that a lot of people would be lucky to have you in their life because you really embody loyalty and devotion to those you love. People will say things like you're often trusting your instincts, because I feel if you had to read between the lines, this is maybe not what everyone says, but those that are open to spirituality will realize this about you. Because we have the wolf showing up twice, the wolf trusts its instincts. But over here in this destiny card, we also see her third eye is open. And in the Seven of Cups too. So there's something about those that are into spirituality and know about it will often speak about you being very intuitive. And maybe some of you are stepping into your destiny in some way. And I don't think everyone here is maybe in the spiritual community. There are some of you that are. Maybe that's why I was picking up on the celebrity energy. Maybe you are someone that's like a tarot reader on YouTube for some of you, and you're stepping into your purpose, into your destiny. Whereas maybe others of you are, energy healers, Reiki healers, doctors, light workers helping the collective in some way, whereas maybe others of you are teaching other people self-love, are sharing wisdom in some way on a public platform in some way, or just I'm seeing those that teach others one-on-one, something like that. Maybe some of you are following creative passions, and it's like you have a gift in some way with the Ace of Wands here. But it seems like you're creating your own sense of heaven on earth by following your passions, by following what seems to be your destiny to others, especially those that know you. It seems like you're really becoming the person you're meant to with destiny here, not just within your career, but over here we see wings of light becoming something new. So you've definitely gone through some kind of huge transformation. And I don't think you're the same person you were yesterday, a month before, a year ago. You're constantly changing and evolving in some way. And I feel here you're really you're really creating your own sense of heaven on earth in your own way. Even though you've been disappointed and hurt in the past, I feel, that part of your life was maybe not the best. I mean, we have Four of Cups here, Five of Cups. It was disappointing, but I feel with the Six of Swords, you can admit that, but it's also like you can be honest about it, but you can also move forward because the Six of Swords is also about a change or transition. It's like, yes, you can honor that part of your past. It was painful. You know, we as humans go through duality, but it's like you are also able to look at the brightness again at the end of the tunnel because it looks like there's a rainbow here. So it's like you're able to see the rainbow after the storm. And I really feel people are saying that you have come into alignment like with who you truly are. It's almost like the pressure you went through caused you to become this diamond. People are saying you have changed a lot in a way where you are much more grounded than before with Earth Star Chakra. You seem much more rooted in yourself and your individuality and your uniqueness. I feel like you're much more grounded than where you were before, but I feel maybe because of the healing journey, that is why you're much more happier now. I'm almost hearing that song Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. So it's like you seem much happier, much more positive about life, much more optimistic about life now with the Ace of Wands. And I feel now you're open to seeing things clearly with the third eye. You started to have more clarity and hope and truth come through in your life where you understand who it is you want to be and what life you want to have and who you want to have around you. So you're open to seeing the many opportunities that are in front of you. And people are talking about that. People are talking about opportunities come into your reality. Here we see a contract. So for maybe some of you, it has to do with your career and signing contracts or just finding different opportunities for yourself, things you're passionate about. There is definitely a transformation here. It looks like an egg. So something is being created, but since it's so small, I feel like not many people are talking about it because not many people know about it. But once it hatches into your reality metaphorically, people are going to see it and it's going to be big. People are going to talk about it a lot. That's what I feel there. So how has Pile 1 changed? What are people talking about in terms of their changes? So we have the Six of Swords, Six of Wands. I'm so confused. Six of Wands, Six of Fire. Sorry about that. Okay. We have the Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands. We have the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. So how you've changed is what people are talking about, where you've become much more confident in yourself with the Queen of Wands. You have become much more independent, and this is what people often talk about, especially those that know you. And look at the butterflies here. Again, symbols of transformation. So people definitely talk about you transforming on an internal level where it looks like you love yourself more. It looks like you walk into the room with this newfound confidence and sense of self where you don't let the outside opinions of others change it. I'm hearing that song, everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. So I feel like there's something about love coming through again. but it's almost like everybody's watching you. That's coming up. So people may talk about having their eyes on you. Look at the eye here. People may talk about you just becoming overall a lot more optimistic and overall a lot more independent. Having stronger boundaries with the cats here. Becoming a lot more intuitive and in touch with your intuition, since it looks like she's scrying in the bowl. And also maybe even getting out karmic situations in your life, learning to resolve certain conflicts you had with people, or learning to forgive after experiencing pain. So I feel people talking about that and a lot about your independence and this newfound glow up you've had with the Queen of Fire. It's like you've had a glow up in your life. But it's taken a lot of sacrifice, because over here we have the Three of Earth and we see him giving his blood for some reason. I don't know why. I kind of want to cover that. It makes me uncomfortable. So what I feel from this is, even with this earth energy, people talk about you becoming a lot more grounded with the flowers blooming in some way. People talk about maybe your work with pentacles here. Certain collaborations you've had, certain choices you've made, how you've gone after certain opportunities in your life. Okay, and I guess what you've overall built for yourself. We have the 10 of water, so people may talk about you slowly but surely going through this transformation and becoming a lot more of this person that understands what healthy love is with the 10 of Cups, becoming a lot more stable. We have knowledge. So people talk about you becoming a lot more wise. That's what they say after seeing you. Anything else about what they say after seeing Pile 1? We have the hero. You've saved yourself. I guess people talk a lot about how your life has changed in general and how you have changed in general. And I think that's the main topic Spirit wanted to focus on today, of what people say after seeing you. Yeah, so we also have the King of Fire popping out. So there is significant romantic energies in this pile, and that's also a huge theme I keep seeing. So this is your reading, pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this Pyrite crystal and the Knight of Water, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people say after seeing you. So this is the tea on, when you go home after seeing people, what do they say about you? We always wonder what people are saying after we leave. So, okay, as I tap into the energy, before I start, let me give this quick disclaimer that what people say about us doesn't necessarily ring true to our character. So only take what resonates, leave the rest. If certain things come up and you intuitively know that's not true, like I said, people say things and it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So just be very discerning while listening and take everything with a grain of salt. So as I connected to the pile of this energy, I was looking at this image and I was hearing the melody to the song The Light Is Coming by Ariana Grande. And this is the 9 of Cups, so it talks about wish fulfillment, about you getting your wishes and having them come true and having them be illuminated down to you. And even if you don't feel like you fully have your dream life, pyrite is a crystal of wealth, but when we think of wealth, we think of the physical. So there's a lot of wishes coming into your physical reality, whether they are here yet or not. Maybe this is a little bit on the spirituality too, okay, if they haven't come into fruition yet. But, when other people look into our lives, they often talk, and from their perspective, it may seem like we have everything we wish for and things are going so great. So I'd say take that with a grain of salt, but people often talk about you having, the kind of life other people would wish for, or having certain things a lot of people wish for come into your reality. Also, when I was pulling cards for the intro, the healing card came out with it. So people may also talk about this prominently as a theme. So in the song The Light Is Coming, she talks about something like trophy wife. I don't know what that's about. And she says something, isn't that from Nicki Minaj? I don't know if she sings it with, but it says, "Now I'm the bad guy, call me Chun-Li." And she says something in the song, "The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole." So, you could have gone through what I'm hearing is a dark night of the soul. You could have gone through a lot of an intense healing journey. I mean, even the water here in the river is quite a dark blue, so it was very heavy and dense emotions you were going through in this healing journey. And we see him having a kind of snake up his staff over here. So there's something here about the snake being a symbol of transformation. So you may relate to Pal 1. Actually, the energy was very similar in the sense of they've gone through transformation too. But I feel yours is different in a way where you've had really strong emotions and feelings connected to this healing journey. And it was very hard for you for a while to get through this. I feel a lot of you went through a healing journey. And the frog here in this healing card reminds me of Princess and the Frog. And you know how she turns into a frog. So again, another symbol of transformation. People may talk about how your healing journey has illuminated a lot for you, helped you find wisdom from within, and helped you heal a lot of what was happening. And maybe in a sense, this healing journey has also opened up doorways and paths to whatever we were energetically blocking off in the past due to fears, due to certain emotions we were holding on to. So when you look at it in a more spiritual perspective, I think when we are holding on to certain emotions, like for example, let's say we're not feeling worthy, and that feeling of unworthiness ties back to a memory we have in childhood. Once we heal that memory and find worthiness within ourselves and see ourselves as worthy, if that was blocking off pathways to, for example, money, you'll notice that money all of a sudden comes to you after healing that wound. Does that make sense? So sometimes emotions that we're holding on to, or certain like emotional blockages, I say with a grain of salt, I don't really like the word blockages, but let's just say it kind of pushes away that feeling of that manifestation we want. But since you've healed that, you're going to notice that you're very much open energetically to all the manifestations you want, and it's like it's being sent your way energetically with the light. So whatever the darkness stole away from you is being returned to you in light. And I think that's a little bit about the spiritual tea. I don't know if this is a very spiritual pile, but we're seeing some spiritual tea come through. I don't know why I'm pulling these first. So this is the Chrysalis Tarot. I pulled it in a different way for pile 1. So we have the Watcher with the Queen of Mirrors. So maybe you're very unique and different to most people, and that's something people like about you. We have the King of Mirrors, the Sojourner. Okay. Now let's pull your oracle cards. So also with the blue here I'm getting in this card, and the blue river, you've also been learning to speak your truth more, learning to set certain boundaries more, communicate more. We'll talk about that more in a minute, but that's what I'm hearing people talk about. So what people say after seeing my pile number 2s, what people say after seeing them. We have precognition, psychic ability, future vision, card 13. So this is a very intuitive pile, okay? You may actually relate to pile number 1. Like, I feel that. Because pile number 1 spoke about union. And I see here popping out is twin flames, if you believe in that. If you are in a romantic connection and you believe it is with your twin flame, you may relate to pile one's card about union. Or people may talk about your relationship as well, in a sense where it looks like there's a lot of passion between you and this person. And it looks like it was meant to be almost. If you are in a romantic connection, people could often talk about that. People could often say, after seeing you, that you seem like a person that's filled with gratitude too. So spirit guides of pile number 2s, may I please look into what people say after seeing them? We have flower, agate, throat chakra, and expression card 3. So we have 13, we have 3. The number 3 could be significant to you, pile number 2. Okay, so now we're going to use the tarot deck that you chose. So spirit guides of my pile 2s. Spirit guides of my pile 2s. May I please look into what people say after seeing them? We have the 2 of Earth, which is the 2 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Cups, healing 2 of Pentacles. We have the Scribe. We have the 6 of Water, which is the 6 of Cups. We have the Sage. I'm feeling my third eye open so much to the point where it physically hurts. So, I feel like you're so intuitive that it's just so crazy to people. Because the way you're so intuitive here, even with this owl, owls are representations of intuition. The way you're so intuitive, it's mind-blowing. It's like, whoa. We have the 8 of Earth, which is the 8 of Pentacles. You're extremely powerful, pal, too. I know I may sound very much like I'm exaggerating this, but I'm not. You're very powerful in your intuition in a way that is just so mind-blowing. That's what people often say about you. And then we have the 9 of Water. No, the 9 of Air, sorry, the 9 of Swords. So if I need to, I'll pull more cards as I go along. At the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. So my pile number 2s, okay, what I'm noticing here, there's another owl. So there's symbols of intuition everywhere. Even with the wolf here on the Sage is a symbol of trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition. So people definitely talk about that in a very big way, where they're very shocked by your gifts. So we have the Watcher here, and I was asking, what are they watching? So people often like to stare at you. I'm picking up on strangers' energy here. Or people that are watching your social media from the past, because we have 6 of Cups. I feel people from your past may watch you on social media and may talk about you in a sense where they talk about the person you are today and how you've grown. Because it's like they've kept a record of information in terms of how they saw you, in terms of how you expressed yourself in the past. But it's like they're talking about you growing in a way. So that's quite interesting. I think they're talking about you a lot in terms of the person you've become today and how you've changed, but in a good way. I feel like with the Watcher, this may also be strangers that look at you or stare at you in public. Since the Ace of Wands is at the back of the deck, I feel like people may often say that you look very physically attractive, and alluring is the word I'm hearing. There's also something about you having, yes, this alluring nature in your physicality, and I feel people talking about you after you walk past them, which is maybe after seeing you, I guess, and saying, look at that person, did you see what they were wearing? I really liked what they were wearing. Or that person over there is so hot or so alluring, just so attractive, but then also so beautiful. Gracious is the word I'm hearing. regardless of your gender. And I see them saying things like, pile number one dresses so nicely. Like, I think they like the way you dress. But even through that, you may also have a lot of people say, like, yes, pile number one is so attractive and so alluring, but they also have a kindness to them. They also have a beauty on the inside, is what a lot of people say. So it's not just external beauty or attractiveness, but it's also an internal beauty. Because this Six of Cups card doesn't just talk about the past in this tarot deck. It also talks about acts of kindness because she's offering, a bracelet, a heart bracelet to someone she loves. So people may talk about you after seeing you in terms of being so generous, especially if you've given them gifts. You being so kind with your words and your expression and just being so giving. People may also often talk about you being very loyal with the wolf here and maybe even taking care of those closest to you. People may talk about you having this type of look to you where it looks very girly for my woman here. Like very girly, very dainty, very elegant. That's what I'm getting. If it doesn't resonate, I'm sorry. Maybe the other information will, but that's what I'm seeing here for some of you. For my men, I guess there's also a compatibility with femininity here for my men, and it's not to say it in a bad way. And I know, how do I put this in words? Because some men get offended, yet some men don't. But what I'm trying to say here is you have a good way of expressing yourself that doesn't just relate to gender and your fashion style and things like that, where you're kind of just following your own instincts and what you like. And it's not necessarily conforming to what you should look like, if that makes sense. I'm getting the impression here people are impressed by you after seeing you. Like they say they're very impressed by you in some way. Like, oh my gosh, did you see what Pal 2 did there? Like, whoa. Um, I get that very strongly. And if you're someone that when you speak, it sounds like you're very intuitive. Like even if you don't say you're intuitive, when you speak with throat chakra and expression here, people can see. I'm hearing some of you relate to being starseeds, but people can see that you're just very magical in some way. I feel like as I'm looking into your pile, the spirituality on you with the scribe and the Six of Cups is that a lot of your intuition and your strong abilities and strong gifts comes from past lives, comes from your Akashic records, and you've mastered this gift over many lifetimes. That's what I feel here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Sage. Like you're very wise, you've mastered this gift over many lifetimes, and that's what the spirituality is on you. If you actually do tarot readings for people, the things you say with future vision could come to reality, and then they have a record of it. They remember you saying it, and then it actually does come to reality. So I'm seeing something about that for some of you. For others of you, that's not the case. That's okay. But you could just say certain things and not expect it to be an intuitive message, and then it actually does come true without realizing. And then people are just shocked and impressed by your spiritual gifts. That's what I want to say here. People also often talk about this healing journey you've been on where it hasn't been easy, but I feel you've been learning to become a lot more in touch with yourself on a soulful level. I feel this pile has done intense shadow work. I feel this pile has gone deep within your worries, deep within your fears especially, and transmuted a lot of that with the Nine of Swords. You've worked through a lot of emotions that were hurting you in a sense, holding you down in a sense, making you feel dense. But I feel after you healed the emotions, it was all about healing your mental health too. So maybe people are talking about you going to therapy and healing your mental health, but in a good way where they're impressed, they're inspired because they can see it's working. I really get here strongly like everything that was keeping you stuck, it's like you're clearing away, you're transmuting. And I really get the feeling here about what people say is since coming to spirituality, I feel you're a very empathic person. This may not be what people consciously say, but it's something people notice and don't exactly know how to describe. So I'm seeing you, if you have dealt with a lot of anxieties in the past, and since being on a spiritual journey, do you notice yourself being a lot less anxious and worryful, or do you notice it happening more? If you notice it happening less, and you seem much more calm, grounded, stable, and balanced, or this is how you seem to the public eye with the Two of Pentacles, because the Two of Pentacles is about stability. So I'm getting you stabilized and neutralized this in other people's eyes. And what I'm seeing energetically is as you're able to hone in on your spiritual gifts, because I feel you're very empathic in a way where your gifts are very powerful. And as you've been able to learn to hone in on it, I feel there's less density in other people's energies on you because maybe you're learning how to work with your gifts. I'm seeing an element of that, and I'm seeing something about healing the mind after hurt and pain, after that, where you're learning to think in a different way, where you're learning to maybe even let go of certain limitations you had in terms of beliefs, like belief in yourself, I guess. So people can see you're becoming someone a lot stronger in the sense where you're starting to believe in yourself more, where you're starting to see your own potential more. And that's what people are saying about you after seeing you, especially those that know you well. Sorry, my pile number twos. I had to take a small break there because I was feeling your past emotions really intensely. But I think that is a message on its own. So maybe you went through a hermit journey where you took a break from social media for some of you, or you just spent a lot of time going inward. People could talk about that often. I feel past people talking about you a lot in the sense where there's this mystery surrounding you where they don't know what's going on with you. And they want to know because they're definitely watching, as we see here. They're watching and talking. But I feel here, people are also talking about like how they have known you in the past and how they know you now. It's two different things. You're also speaking to yourself in a much kinder way, is something people have started to notice, and you're starting to express your truth in a way that comes through as very fair and unbiased. I wanted to say unbiased. Yeah. So I feel you're able to stand up for yourself more, and you're able to express kindness to people that do appreciate it now. Maybe something has changed or transformed in your connections where there are people around you that are much more suited to you. So I'm seeing that in your energies, and that is what people often talk about after seeing you. People talk about missing you. I'm hearing Jenny from the block. If there's people in your hometown or something, and they like if you moved somewhere else, or if you grew up with a certain people from your past, it's almost like they're missing you, and they feel like you're kind of MIA, where they don't know what's happening with you. So people may often talk about this mystery you have going on. And I feel you've also been finding a lot more creativity. You've been finding yourself in some way. You've been finding wholeness. And you've been finding the light again after being through dark moments where it's very inspiring to others. That's what I feel a lot of people talk about. You're an inspiration to others, and you're starting to go to this more passionate state of being. I feel that's what people often say when they're speaking about you after seeing you. And people are saying with the eggs here, you're creating something new in your reality, in the sense of there's newness coming into your reality. As I spoke about the wishes before, it seems like your reality is becoming a lot more new. I hope that makes sense. I guess all of you would relate to that in a different way. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. We have thought, so you definitely have changed the way you think. You've become a lot more wise within your way of thinking, and you have a lot more faith right now, a lot more belief in yourself and faith in a higher power, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, spirituality, the higher dimensions. Yeah, this pile has definitely gone through intense shadow work. We have the Six of Pentacles, and now the universe is rewarding you for it, bringing you keys to fruitfulness in your life. The Six of Pentacles is also about generosity, so that's another confirmation of what I said before. Here we have the Four of Swords, the Four of Air, and we see the symbol of time here, so there's something about people talking about how you've changed over time in the best possible way. What do people say after seeing pile 1? People often say that you're very trustworthy, very chilled, very laid back. They like your energy, the Three of Air, the Three of Swords. You've also changed the way you think about past situations that were quite heartbreaking, because I feel you've already learned from it and you've already grown from it and let go of it. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, sorry. I just want to cover that card because it kind of makes me uncomfortable to see that. Okay, to see blood. Okay, with the Four of Pentacles and Pyrite, there's something, and unironically, I chose the citrine crystal to put over. Citrine is a crystal of success. That wasn't on purpose, but I just thought about it now. And the pyrite crystal you chose is a crystal of wealth. And you chose the Nine of Cups card. So maybe people are talking about you getting to a place you wish in your finances, in your career, to a place of success where you no longer have to save so much, where you're a lot more free financially. Or, yeah. We have the Child. So if you have any children, people could talk about your children being very cute and they like the way you're raising your children. We have Emotions. We have the Ace of Water, which is people talking about your newfound relationships, and the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands, as we said before. So people are noticing you maybe become a lot more creative, as I said before, because the spider is there. The counselor wants to pop out, so that's cool. You've become a lot more empathetic to yourself in a way, but you've also become a lot more comfortable with your own emotions, with your divine feminine energy. People that are spiritual may speak about your spiritual journey in a sense. Some of you are on twin flame journeys, because look at the card that wants to pop out. And I mean, we have the Mother at the back of the deck. So some of you are definitely mothers or fathers, and people talk about your family, things like that. So this is what I have for you, pile 2. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this green aventurine crystal and the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people say after seeing you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Please also note what people say about you doesn't determine your character. If people say certain things about you, they may not always be true. So we're just looking at the tea of what people say about you after you go, okay? And after seeing you, we always wonder what people say about us. So this is a reading to spill that tea for you. So we're going to start out with your oracle cards in a moment. For some reason, I heard Alana Fairchild, and I googled her. I didn't know who she was. She makes oracle cards, I think. Maybe some tarot cards. I don't know much about her, but I don't know if some of you use her tarot decks or her oracle cards. I don't know why that's coming through. With the Queen of Pentacles card that you chose, I feel like a lot of people, combined with the green aventurine crystal, a lot of people may talk about your career. Some may talk about you at work too. A lot of people may talk about you finding financial success because the green aventurine crystal is all about luck. And I'm feeling the energy of Jupiter, so luck, positivity, expansion. Okay, people are talking about you in that way a lot after seeing you and looking at you grow within your finances. People may say that the way you live looks like a quite luxurious lifestyle, even if it's not true. This is what people are saying in terms of certain assumptions they make about you. This may even be what strangers say based off the way you're dressed. I don't know. Maybe you drive a nice car, maybe you have a nice home, or maybe it doesn't really resonate, but then maybe people just make the assumption about you that you are doing quite well financially. Like maybe you wear certain things and it looks expensive on you, or you wear certain jewelry and it looks like really expensive jewelry, but it's not. Maybe you go to the grocery store and strangers seeing you buy groceries and buy a lot for your family, or, just buy more expensive fruits and vegetables. I don't know. Like, I guess this is just what people are saying. As I said, people may also talk about you at work or in your studies or something like that, and say that you're doing really well, that you're growing. Especially this year, as we reach the end of the year, people may say that you've made a lot of progress within your career and your finances this year, that you're starting to bloom in some way, that you're very elegant, that you have very beautiful eyes and hair. People may often talk about you like reaching a state of fulfillment, finding keys to success, finding keys to certain physical things you want to bring into your reality, whether it be love, whether it be good health, whether it be finances, your home, your family, if you have one, your pets. It could literally be anything physically, but people talk a lot about the physical things you own or have. People could often talk about your home if they've ever visited your home and that they like the way it looks, that it feels very homey, very comfortable, that you are someone that feels very homey and comfortable. And people say after seeing you that you're very down to earth, humble, and grounded, and they like your energy, that you're very stable too, and very nurturing. Some of you may like to garden or have a beautiful garden. Some of you like to be out in nature, and people talk about that. Like, even if you ever post pictures going on hikes or out in nature, or you may just seem like a very naturey loving person. I'm picking up some of you are pagan. It's not for everyone, but some of you, specific message. And there's something about you being able to see right through people and be kind of like a BS detector. Like you're able to tell from people's body language and facial expressions and things like that. If they're capping or if they're talking BS or if they're lying. Like, I feel people say you're very comfortable with your physical body. You look very comfortable with it. You look very healthy too. If you do ever post about going to the gym, or if you ever do talk to people at the gym, they may talk about your workout routine for some of you, whereas for some of you, let's say you're going to the shopping center and you're in your gym clothes and you just ran or something like that, that's coming through for some. Or if you go to your friends' houses and you're in your gym clothes and, after you go home, they're talking and saying, oh, pile number 3, they're really working on their fitness and their health. Good for them. I really like that. People may talk about you drinking a lot of water, eating healthy. Well, that's just assumptions they make about you, if not. So let's start out with your oracle cards. We're using the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. Oh, wow. So all 3 piles are very intuitive. We have Lapis Lazuli, Third Eye Chakra, and Consciousness card 2. Maybe that's why I picked up on the no BS detector. Okay. People may also say that you have an amazing way of cooking. I'm picking that up for some of you. Or some of you are foodies and you like to go out to restaurants with people and you have an amazing taste in food. People may say that after seeing you. Or like, let's say you go out to a restaurant with your friends or with people you know, and you ordered something and they're like, ooh, pile number 3's food looked really delicious. We have adjustment with looking back, moving forward, card 21. And as I pulled this, it felt like my third eye just opened so much. Now we're going to use the Chrysalis Tarot for the side cards here, over here. So Spirit Guides, okay, I guess we have this card, the 4 of Stones, which is the 4 of Pentacles. And this to me looks like a depiction of a treasure chest waiting to be found, waiting to be unlocked. We have the 5 of Scrolls. This reminds me of that story where he has to pull the sword out of the rock or something. I don't know what that story is, but it reminds me of that. And like he has to be the strongest to pull it out. So what I take from that is maybe it has something to do with you finding something in this reality, in this lifetime, that completely changes your life moving forward. That completely transforms your life moving forward in the physical way. And it seems like a treasure that you're truly grateful for. And it seems like something so powerful where you start to see your own power and potential. This could be regarding career. It could be regarding finding the treasures of life physically, that you're so constantly grateful for, whether it be love, whether it be a new home that you really love, pets, children, family, whatever it is that you relate to. I see people talking about that. So the 5 of Scrolls is also about 5 of Swords. It's also about betrayals. So I wasn't wanting to talk about this, but I feel some may talk about you in a negative light, in a way where, remind me, Spirit, what it was, because I saw it before I came to the reading, but I forgot what Spirit told me. So remind me what it is they say. 7 of Cups. Okay, so it's many different things. You may relate to pile 2 because this card is wanting to pop out the 9 of Cups. So it relates to you finding your wishes and people having a jealousy towards that. People taking note of that and being like, it's unfair that pile number 3 has that, but I have this, blah, 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 blah. So I feel some people may look at your life and wish to have the things you have, wish to have the opportunities you have, wish to have the success you have, the financial freedom you have. Um, and I feel you'll intuitively know who this is. But Spirit is showing me someone walk and accidentally trip themselves. So they're getting an opportunity to be inspired by you, but they're choosing to be envious and jealous because of their own insecurities. And those are not people you want to have around you. So who is saying this? I'm just intrigued. Knowledge. You already know. You already intuitively know. Could be someone very smart, someone that has a lot of knowledge, that feels like they're constantly working and that feels they're constantly saving, but they don't have the things you have. They feel like you get things very easily and that you're very lucky and that it's unfair to them. So I see some element of that, but I don't want to focus on that too much. Anything else people say after seeing pile number 3, please? We have the 4 of air, which is the 4 of swords. So Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, knowledge, which is an extra card. This is a different from Rider-Waite Tarot. We have the 4 of Swords. This is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. What people say after seeing them. The 4 of Pentacles. So I just want to cover that because seeing blood makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, it just does. Spirit guides of pile 3. We have the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, energy and healing. One more card for what people say after seeing them. And we have the Child. So if you have children, if you're a mother or a father, people could often talk about your children being very cute. I like that. And your children also being very smart. At the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Cups. So I'm hearing the song by Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life. So people talk about you being someone that is very passionate about the life you live. I feel like you romanticize every part of your life. This may be my pile of people that love to post on social media. I'm picking up on that for some of you. Like, if you're a social media influencer in some way, like your energy is coming through like that, or if you just post a lot on social media, people could often talk about the posts you create and your social media. You know, people on social media could even talk about you after seeing your post. You're just that relevant to them. I know that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I'm seeing that for some of you. And especially if you post pictures like of your food, of the music you listen to, if you are maybe even someone that's into photography, for example, and like to take different photos and memories of your life and hang it up in your home. Something about that is coming through. So that's what people often talk about after seeing you. And people often say that you're very glamorous in some way with the Queen of Wands, very magnetic, where a lot of people like to stare at you in public, and people may often talk about that. Because you're showing up as this Queen of Wands energy, so sexy, so magnetic, so confident in yourself, and so much in this energy where you know your worth, where you know that you're allowed to have and worthy to have everything you want and everything you desire in this lifetime. You know, that is very beautiful and glamorous. And it's like people talk about that, like about you being so glamorous like that. People talk about you being very independent, very unique, very authentic to yourself, even in the way that you dress. You like to be yourself and you like to romanticize your life through dressing up and through expressing yourself, because it's like, I'm seeing someone almost joke, or I'm just seeing an Instagram reel where it's like, if this is the last day I'm living, I'd rather dress up in something nice. So it's like, I feel this pile may be that type of person that is always getting dressed up, always expressing themselves in a very fun way, where you see dressing up and doing your hair and makeup if you're a woman, or if you wear makeup, or just like expressing yourself through your fashion style in some way as so fun and something where you get to express your creativity. People will talk about that. And if you're someone that is healing your inner child, people may talk about that if you're very open and vocal about that. Um, Especially if you have children of your own, or if you want children of your own, something about spirituality, like in the spiritual realms, that you're breaking generational cycles. I'm definitely seeing that. In part 2 and 3, that came through spirituality from the spiritual realms. I didn't expect that. Um, and I feel like you have really come into your power as a person, where you've started to see your own worth, where you've started to see that you're the brightest star. And you really inspire others. I feel like people talk about you inspiring them when you leave the room. Although some may be jealous, some may also be inspired by you, by your light, by your warmth. You radiate this glow from within. But it's not necessarily just a physical glow you have, but it's coming from within. It is there physically, but it's coming from within. Okay, and with the Four of Swords, people talk about you being very chilled, very laid back. Something about time is coming through. Over time, you've changed, adjusted, your life has changed, adjusted, especially your finances or your physical reality with the Four of Pentacles. And I feel you've reclaimed your power. Something about your teeth. People may talk about, like, if you've gotten braces for some of you, or if you have gotten your teeth done. I don't know, that could be for some of you, not all of you. And I see some people also cheering you on from the side and really admiring and looking up to you, and, you know, having hope when they look at your life and how it's changed, because it seems you've gained a lot of knowledge in a way, but you've also gained more of this playfulness in your life, where you're able to look at life in a much more playful and comfortable way, where you're able to look at life from this energy where it's from color, from creativity, from passion, joy for life, you know? And it's like people are happy to see you gain those opportunities, gain those wishes with the Nine of Cups, Nine of Water. It's like, here we see this light illuminating on her. If people are spiritual, people may sometimes talk about you being a light worker. We have the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. Again, creativity is coming through, since we have the spider on the egg here. And again, finding your power and strength, reclaiming that is coming through, because I see dragons as very powerful. And we have an egg, so something new is being created for you. We have the Nine of Fire, which is the Nine of Wands. And we have the Eight of Fire, which is the Eight of Wands. So I feel like people talk about you moving forward and things changing from a sense of you going through so many challenges in terms of the physical reality. But now things feel much freer. Since this woman is like a bird-like creature, things feel much freer, much more happier, much more vibrant. It's like this spark of passion has come up. People may talk about you having amazing ideas. We spoke about work. You may have amazing ideas, and you may have leadership qualities and traits. But I also felt the energy of jealousy there at work too. So we have the King of Air, King of Swords. People talk about you being very smart and having very great ideas that can solve a lot of challenges, but I'm also picking up can attract some jealousy. I don't know why there's so much jealousy towards this pile, because I feel like you're attaining the things you want, and that should be an inspiration to them instead of make them feel intimidated by you. In my personal opinion, we have the hero. It seems like something has come in and completely changed your life with the hero, in a way that feels very magical to most people, that feels very much like some kind of higher power with the light coming down has helped you in some way with the hero. We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire, which is all about celebrations, but also you boldly shooting your shot towards where you do want to be and reaching there, getting into your goals. And the things you've worked really hard for. I think that's one thing people fail to mention or notice, but you have been boldly putting yourself out there and being loyal to yourself by allowing yourself to do that and allowing yourself to follow those passions. So what I want to say is, although there may be jealousy, there may also be just as many people that are inspired by you and that look up to you, and that it's almost like you light up a spark of passion for them, where they want to look at what they're passionate about and what they want to go towards, where you maybe even saved other people, where they start to look at life in a more spiritual perspective, and like maybe there is a higher power out there that does want us to be free and live a happy life full of celebration. So this is what I have for you, Pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!